Good evening, football fans. Welcome to the NFL Scoreboard on this Sunday evening, November 1st, 2015. It's Week 8. I'm Peter Wiggins here. Let's start it off out at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas here, where the Dallas Cowboys are in a good one against the Seattle Seahawks here, as the Dallas Cowboys are leading the Seattle Seahawks 12-10 here with about 10-8 left in the game here as the first quarter after up. The teams traded field goals, one from Haskell from 26 yards and then Dan Bailey 33 yards to make it 3-3 to score for one quarter. Luke Wilson 22-yard pass from Russell Wilson make it 10-3 Seahawks, and then Dan Bailey a 35-yard field goal to make it 10-6 Seahawks at halftime break, and then third quarter Dan Bailey 52-yard field goal to make it 10-9 favor the Seahawks. Then Dan Bailey 27-yard field goal to Dallas Cowboys, leading 12-10 here with about 9:58 left in the fourth quarter here as Russell Wilson 14 for 23 for 161 yards, one touchdown ball. The Dallas Cowboys, Matt Castle 13 for 22 for 97 yards here. Out in Oakland, where the Oakland Raiders are enjoying a 34-20 lead on the New York Jets here. With 2:48 left in the game here. As after Nick Folk, a 40-yard field goal trying to make it 3-0 in favor of the Jets here. Derek Carr throws a 5-yard pass to Andre Holmes, make it 7-3 Raiders in the first quarter. And then Michael Crabtree in the second quarter, 36-yard pass from Derek Carr to make it 14-3 in favor of the Raiders. And then Carr to Holmes, this time from 49 yards, make it 21-3 in favor of the Raiders here. And then Nick Folk, a 3-yard field goal try to make it 21-6 Raiders at halftime break. And then Taiwan Jones, a 59-yard pass from Derek Carr to make it 28-6 in favor of the Raiders here. And then Eric Decker, a 4-yard pass from Junior Smith to make it 28-13 in favor of the Raiders here. And then Sebastian Janikowski, a 52-yard field goal drive to make it 31-13 in favor of the Raiders here. And then in the fourth quarter, Janikowski from 47 yards to make it 34-13 in favor of the Raiders here. And then Kellen Davis, a 1-yard pass from Geno Smith as the Raiders are leading the New York Jets 34-20 here with 2:39 left in the fourth quarter here. Okay, looking at the early games here. Starting off over the pond, the London, England here, where the Kansas City Chiefs are squared off against the Detroit Lions here. And the Chiefs showed who's the boss today as they tamed the Lions in a big way. 45-10 here. As the Raiders, Derek Carr, 20-36 for 33 yards and 4 touchdowns, while Geno Smith, 24 for 36 for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 3 for 21 yards here. And the Chiefs dominated this game from start to finish here. As after Matt Prater get a 35-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in favor of the Lions here. Anthony Thomas, a 10-yard run to make it 7-3 in favor of the Chiefs in the first quarter. And then Alex Smith, 12-yard run to make it 14-3 Chiefs. And then Kyle Sutton, a 33-yard field goal to make it 17-3 in favor of the Chiefs here. And then Kendrick West, an 8-yard run to make it 24-3 in favor of the Chiefs at halftime break. And then Travis Kelce, a 2-yard pass from Alex Smith to make it 31-3 in favor of the Chiefs here. And then Jeremy Maclin, a 17-yard pass from Alex Smith to make it 38-3 in favor of the Chiefs here. But then Lance Moore, 21-yard pass from Matthew Stafford to make it 38-10 in favor of the Chiefs. And then Spencer Ware, 4-yard run as a Kansas City Chiefs roll over the Detroit Lions in London, 45-10 here. As Alex Smith, 18 for 26 for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns here. And Matthew Stafford, 22 for 36 for 217 yards, 1 TD and 2 interceptions for the Lions here. And Chandrick West, 20 attempts for 97 yards and 1 touchdown here. Okay, back in the States we go. Then Atlanta with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers edge out the Atlanta Falcons in overtime, 23-20 here. And after the teams get 3 points each and a Matt Brown 21-yard field goal for the Falcons and Cronenberg 38-yard field goal for the Falcons in the first quarter. Cronenberg gets a 23-yard field goal to make it 6-3 in favor of the Buccaneers here. And then Cameron Brate 20-yard pass from Jameis Winston to make it 13-3 in favor of the Buccaneers at the halftime break. And then Jameis Winston a 4-yard run to make it 20-3 in favor of the Buccaneers in the third quarter here. And then the Falcons fought back as Jacob Tamian 7-yard pass from Matt Ryan to make it 20-10 in favor of the Buccaneers. And then in the fourth quarter, Matt Ryan 24-yard field goal to make it 20-13 in favor of the Buccaneers. And then Julio Jones an 8-yard pass from Matt Ryan to make it 20-20 all. And then in the overtime break, Connor Bach for 31-yard field goal as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the Atlanta Falcons 23-20. Yeah. As Jameis Winston 16 for 29 for 170 yards and 1 TD, while Matt Ryan 37 for 45 for 397 yards and 2 TDs with 1 interception here. Okay, out in Cleveland here where the Arizona Cardinals fought back and defeat the Cleveland Browns 34-20 here. As the Cardinals got on the board first on a Trey Nicholas 11-yard pass from Carson Palmer to make it 7-0 in favor of the Cardinals here. But then Brennan Hartline a 10-yard pass from Josh McCown to make it 7-7 in the score. And then Gary Barter a 3-yard pass from Josh McCown to make it 10-14 to 7 in favor of the Browns. And then Hartline 2-yard pass from Josh McCown to kick failed and it was 20-7 in favor of the Browns. But then Chandler Kent is a 37-yard field goal to make it 26 in favor of the Browns. And then the Cardinals begin a run here as Michael Floyd a 60-yard pass from Carson Palmer to make it 20-13 in favor of the Browns. And then Trey Nicholas 1-yard pass from Palmer to Taylor 20 piece. And then Larry Fitzgerald makes a 60-yard pass from Carson Palmer to make it 31-20 in favor of the Cardinals. And then Chandler Kent a 35-yard field goal as the Arizona Cardinals are 6-2 with a 34-20 victory over the Cleveland Browns. As Carson Palmer 23 for 38 for 374 yards and 4 touchdowns and 1 interception ball. Josh McCown 18 for 34 for 211 yards and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception ball. Johnny Manziel 3 for 6 for 12 yards. Over in St. Louis here where the St. Louis Rams beat the San Francisco 49ers 27-6 there. As Philadelphia gets the 54-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in favor of the 49ers. And then Mike Davis tackled in the end zone by Lauren Adams for safety was 3-2 49ers in the first quarter. And then Todd Gurley 7-1 run to make it 10-3 in favor of the Rams. And then Greg Zuerlein 38-yard field goal to make it 13-3 in favor of the Rams in the second quarter. And then Phil Dawson 26-yard field goal to make it 13-6 Rams. And then Tavon Austin a 2-yard run to make it 22-6 in favor of the Rams. And then Tavon Austin 66-yard pass from Nick Foles as the Rams beat the Niners 27-6 as Nick Foles had 14 for 23 for 191 yards and 1 touchdown here. Todd Gurley 20 steps of 133 yards and 1 touchdown rushing ball. Tavon Austin 4 receptions for 98 yards and 1 touchdown here. And Colin Kaepernick for the 49ers 20 for 41 for 162 yards here as the Rams go to 4-3 ball. Niners fall to 2-6 here. Over in New Orleans where it was a doing the Superdome here. Eli Manning and Drew Brees belling out as the non-Saints defeat the New York Giants 52-49 here as the most important job at that date according to fans. The scoreboard operator has 101 points were scored in New Orleans. There as a shootout in the Big Easy. As Odell Beckham, 2-yard pass from Eli Manning to make it 7-0 for the Giants. But then, Willie Snead, 34-yard pass from Drew Brees to make it 7-7 all. And then, Brandon Cooks, 26-yard pass from Drew Brees to make it 14-7 in favor of the Saints here. But then in the second quarter, Odell Beckham, 1-yard pass from Eli Manning to make it 14 all. And then, Marquise Colston, a 53-yard pass from Drew Brees to make it 21-14 in favor of the Saints. And then, Willie Snead, a 2-yard pass from Drew Brees to make it 28-14 in favor of the Saints. And then, Shane Vereen, a 2-yard pass from Eli Manning to make it 20-21 Saints at halftime break. And then, Odell Beckham, a 50-yard pass from Eli Manning to tie it 20 all as Odell Beckham had 8 receptions, 130 yards, and 3 touchdowns there. But then, Brandon Cooks, a 21-yard pass from Drew Brees to make it 35-28 Saints. And then, Benjamin Watson, a 20-yard pass from Drew Brees to make it 42-28 in favor of the Saints. And then, a pair of Dwayne Harris touchdown passes from Eli Manning ties it at 42, one from 9 and another one from 20. And then, Tremaine McBride, a 63-yard fumble return, and it was 49-42 Giants. And then, C.J. Spiller, 9-yard pass from Drew Brees, tied at 49. And then, Kai for the final play of the game, 50-yard field goal as the non-Saints win a shootout in the Big Easy, 52-49 as Drill Base, 40 for 50 for 511 yards and 7 TDs and 1 reception. And Eli Manning for the Giants, 30 for 41 for 350 yards and 6 TDs here at a shootout in the Big Easy here. Benjamin Watson, 9 receptions for 147 yards and 1 TD. Marquise Colston, 8 receptions for 114 yards and 1 touchdown here. And Brandon Cook, 6 receptions for 88 yards and 2 TDs. And Wesley Snead, 7 receptions for 76 yards and 2 TDs. And C.J. Spill, 2 receptions for 15 yards and 1 TD here. And Shane Vereen had 8 receptions for 60 yards and 1 TD for the Giants ball. Wayne Harris, 3 receptions for 37 yards and 2 touchdowns here. Out in Chicago, where the Minnesota Vikings all of a sudden 5-2 with a 23-20 victory over the Chicago Bears here. Okay. Bears got on the board on Robbie Gold's 55-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in favor of the Bears. But then, Marcus Shrells, a 65-yard punt return to make it 7-3 in favor of the Vikings. And then, second quarter, Blair Walsh, 43-yard field goal to make it 10-3 in favor of the Vikings here. And then, Alshon Jeffrey, a 21-yard pass from Jake Cutler to make it 10-10 the score here. And then, Robbie Gold in the third quarter, 33-yard field goal to make it 13-10 Bears. And then, Blair Walsh, 40-yard field goal to make it 13-13 the score. And then, Jake Cutler, 4-yard run to make it 20-13 in favor of the Bears. But then, Stephon Diggs, 40-yard pass from Teddy Bridgewater to make it 20-all. And then, Blair Walsh, 36-yard field goal. The Minnesota Vikings go to 5-2 with a 23-20 victory as Teddy Bridgewater, 17 for 30 for 187 yards and 1 TD and 1 pick ball. Jake Cutler, 22 for 33 for 211 yards, 1 touchdown for the Bears here. And Adrian Peterson, 20 attempts for 103 yards and 0 touchdowns here. And in Baltimore here, where the Baltimore Ravens squared off against the San Diego Chargers here. And after Justin Tucker gets a 40-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in favor of the Ravens. And then Lambeau ties it with a 42-yard field goal to make it 3-3. And then Justin Tucker, 29 yards, make it 6-3. Baltimore through 1 quarter. And then Malcolm Floyd, a 9-yard pass from Philip Rivers to make it 10-6 in favor of the Chargers here. And then Crockett Gilmore, a 3-yard pass from Joe Flacco to make it 13-10 Ravens. And then Keenan Allen, a 13-yard pass from Philip to make it 17-13 Chargers at the halftime break. And then Justin Tucker, 40-yard field goal to cut the Chargers lead to 17-16 in the third quarter. And then Malcolm Floyd, a 70-yard pass from Philip Rivers, make it 24-16 in favor of the Chargers as he had 92 yards for 2 TDs and 4 receptions here. And then Justin Tucker, 45-yard field goal, make it 24-19 San Diego. And then Joe Flacco, 1-yard run to make it 26-24 Ravens in the fourth quarter. And then Josh Lambo, 49-yard field goal to make it 27-26 Chargers. And then Justin Tucker, 39-yard field goal as the Baltimore Ravens beat the San Diego Chargers 29-26 to go to 2-6 in the season. While the Bolts this Chargers to 2-6 in the season here as Joe Flacco, 25 for 37 for 319 yards and 1 TD. While Philip Rivers, 28 for 37 for 301 yards and 3 TDs here. Okay, out in Pittsburgh here, where the Cincinnati Bengals here survive. Ben Roethlisberger returned to the Steelers from an injury, and the Cincinnati Bengals prevail as they defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers 16-10 here. And the Steelers got on the board first on an Antonio Brown 1-yard pass from Ben Rush, make it 7-0 in favor of the Steelers there. And then Mike Nugent, 45, field goal to make it 7-3 in favor of the Steelers. And then Nugent again from 45 to make it 7-6 in favor of the Steelers, plus 2 quarters. And then Chris Boswell, 32-yard field goal to make it 10-6 in favor of the Steelers. And then A.J. Green, 9-yard pass from Andy Dalton, make it 13-10 in favor of the Bengals. And then Nugent, 45-yard field goal to make it 16-10 for the Bengals. And then Roethlisberger Steelers came up with one last drive, but it ran out as the Cincinnati Bengals survive and stay unbeaten with a 16-10 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers as Andy Dalton, 23 for 38 for 231 yards and 1 TD and 2 interceptions, while Ben Roethlisberger, 20 for 45 and 262 yards and 1 TD and 3 interceptions here. And A.J. Green, 11 receptions for 118 yards and 1 touchdown for the Bengals. And Heath Mill for the Steelers, 10 receptions for 105 yards and 0 touchdowns here. Down in Houston, where the Houston Texans squared off against the former Houston Oilers, a.k.a. the Tennessee Titans here. As the Houston Texans beat the Tennessee Titans 20-6 here. As after, in the first quarter, Ryan took about a 35-yard field goal to make it 3-0 in favor of the Titans here. And then in the second quarter, DeAndre Hopkins, a 20-yard pass from Brian to make it 7-3 in favor of the Texans. And then Nick Novak, a 38-yard field goal to make it 10-3 in favor of the Texans there. And then in the third quarter, Ryan took about a 44-yard field goal to make it 10-6 in favor of the Texans there. And then Nate Washington, a 42-yard pass from Ryan Where to make it 20-3 in favor of the Texans there. And then Nick Novak, a 24-yard field goal as the Texans beat the Titans 28-6 as Brian Hoyer had 23 for 35 for 235 yards and 2 TDs, and DeAndre Hopkins 8 receptions, 94 yards and 1 TD, and Nate Washington 4 receptions for 34 yards and 1 TD, and Zach Benneberger 22 for 31 for 171 yards and 1 interception as the Texans go to 3-5. Titans drop to 1-6 in the season. Okay, Sunday night matchup here as it's a battle in the unbeaten as one team will stay unbeaten, the other will get their first loss of the season as Mile High Showdown in Denver as the Denver Broncos square off against the Green Bay Packers as the Green Bay Packers 364.2 yards to the Denver Broncos 325.8 yards. Passing yards per game, 236.8 for the Packers, 240.8 yards for the Broncos. And rushing yards per game, 127.3 for the Packers and 85 yards for the Broncos. As I am expecting this to be a close game all the way, and I expected a good battle tap between Aaron Rodgers of the Packers and Peyton Manning of the Broncos. A battle unbeaten, and I expect the Packers to come out on top here. And we got some updates here. This is final. Oakland defeating New York Jets 34-20 here as now they improve their record to 4-3 in the season, while the Jets dropped to 4-2. And the Cowboys are still holding on to a 12-10 lead over the Seahawks here with 3 minutes left here. And that is going to get the NFL scoreboard here on this November 1st, 2015 on Sunday evening. Have a good evening.